This is reality, smashing everybody in the face. And this is very much how I felt when I started listening to Ralph Murphy. Instantly, I realized I don't know nothing about writing songs. I've been writing songs for, 15 years by that point. I know nothing about writing songs. The rules should be known and they should be studied and they should be followed in most cases because you're defined by that song. You're defined by people hearing that and understanding what you are saying. You can't say gobbledygook for 3.5 minutes, especially not 7.5 minutes, right? So you just can't. If you got 7.5 minutes, you better have a story that people are on the edge of their seats listening at 6 minutes and 37 seconds. They want to know what happens at that next moment. And this is why we follow the rules as songwriters or choose to not follow them at our own detriment. And so it's about boundaries. It's about respecting the simplicity of the craft. And it's also about understanding how people listen and how people hear music. There's rules. It's a certain amount of bars between the verse and the lift, a certain amount of bars before you get to the chorus. It lands there right when you want it. You know the title of the song. You know the point of the song. It tells you that in 60 seconds. And you feel comfortable when you hear music in that way because people are not musicians. They're not bored by that. They enjoy that. They're along for the ride. They're not thinking about how many chords there are, okay? So you can call a song simple, but what are you saying? That song's simple. So what is it? Harmonically simple? You think people care what's harmonically? Do most of you guys even know what that means? Harmonically simple? What am I even talking about? So, yeah, no. People are not analyzing harmonic structures and triad inversions while they're driving to work, 7 o'clock in the morning, half asleep, sitting in traffic, on their way to a job they hate. They're just not. And so, I mean, there's a time and place for that, but that's not a hit song, okay? The hit songs are the ones that people want to listen to at their worst time of day. Ask yourself this question out there, songwriters. If you're a songwriter, take a look at your favorite song that you've written and ask yourself, what would a middle-aged woman at the worst time of day think of that song? How do you think that would make her feel? Would it make her feel empowered and reassured and comfortable? Or do you think it's going to like annoy her and make her want to go, not noise, but next, okay? So here are some of the things that you want to do in your song. And this is mainly to do with lyrics, but it has to do arrangement-wise and production-wise as well. First and foremost, the intro of the song. 100%, okay? I'm going to say that again. 100%, all of them, all of the #1 hit songs from the last 20 years have the pronoun you in the first 30 seconds of that song. It's a very short amount of time. What does this do? This brings the listener in because you're talking about them right away. If it's not about them, why should they care? What do you, like if you're in a conversation with somebody, right? You're chilling there at the bar or whatever, and you're like, hey, what's up? I'm Owen Adams, and, I have a studio, and, I do live streams, and I make videos, and I just made, 200 whole videos on YouTube, and, my channel is, officially recognized in the YouTube algorithm as being linked to. How interested do you think that person's going to be? No, you meet somebody in real life. What do you say? You say, hey, what's up? What do you do? What's your name, bro? How you doing? What do you do for a living? Oh, really? Word? That's cool. Hey, I knew a friend who did that. He said it was like this and this and this. What's your opinion on that? Right? It's about them. That's what I'm saying. Pronoun you in the first 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. Really, the sooner the better, in my opinion. I'll give you a quick example of Let me see. Let's see if I can actually remember. I haven't played this one in a while, but I have a song on my record, Manifesto, called, what is it? If I can remember the title, that'd be great. I Don't Know About Love is the title. It's a beautiful little piano ballad. Now, if this was a jazz fusion song, I probably wouldn't be thinking about these rules, but it's a ballad. It's basically like kind of a poppy, jazzy kind of ballad. So here's the intro. There we go. That's it. That's the entire intro. Right after that, I Notice You is the first lyric of the song. So here it is, the whole intro one more time. Vocal. More vocal. Repeat. Now we're in what you could call a lift. You could call it a pre-chorus. You can call it whatever you want. This is still basically part of the verse. We have not got to the main shebang of the song yet. About 30 seconds in, right? So the lift is some sort of shift in tone. So if you notice, we've shifted the tone a little bit. Listen to the riff here at the beginning. Right? It starts here and it's sort of a letdown, right? When we get to that lift, I wanted it to kind of bloom open a little bit. So it's still basically the same chords as well. We've just brightened it. We've brought it up an octave. We've added a different kind of little counter melody in there, and we've made it a little more exciting. So I'm not saying this is an example of like the best song in the world, but I'm giving you an example of the rules of some of the stuff I'm listening for, okay? Verse, lift. What's coming next? The title of the song. This is a big one. And this is one of the things that annoys me more than anything else, especially in indie music. It's like, dude, you got a title of the song. What does the title have to do with the song? You're going to give the song, like, okay, so here's my chorus, right? I'll just jump right to the chorus. Let me see if I can actually sing this. I don't know about love. Okay, so that's the title. I don't know about love. It's the very first thing you hear in the chorus. Now we have a moment, right? It's the first time we've gone from sad, little hopeful, sad, little hopeful. It's like the light bulb goes off, right? I don't know about love. Right into the title. So, like, this is the craft of songwriting, okay? This is the craft. This is what it's all about. If you're not aware of what the craft is, the songs you're writing are not really getting listened to by people as songs. To them, it might sound like, okay, this is a nice little project, or, oh, this is a great little jam session, or, oh, this is a great little demo. It doesn't feel like a song until it builds up right there, and it hits you, and it's like, oh, that's why it's called that. Okay. Title of the song, 60 seconds, right? So your job as a songwriter is to do this stuff and know these rules and follow through with it. And if you're not, then it's either because you don't know the rules, right? Or it's because you're like this big galaxy-brained guy. It's like, oh, I don't have to follow the rules because I'm so advanced and I'm so brilliant and technically, miles beyond, Rihanna and Bruno Mars. They're like little peons. Really, dude? Really? Where's your million units, right? Where's your royalty checks? You know, ask Bruno Mars how he feels about a simple song. Ask him what he thinks about a 4-chord song. He said, yeah, you know what? 4 chords, that's about $10 million per chord, the way I see it.